This is prawn vegetable stir fry. I wanted something that will complement my jollof rice, and I didn't want it to be a cream salad. So I had in my vegetable pan, stir fried it, and this is what it looked like. So let's get cooking. So the first thing I did was add my oil to my pan, and I made sure the oil was hot because I don't want the vegetable to go soggy or too soft. I wanted the crunch on it. So the first thing I did was marinate my prawn, just a little bit of seasoning cube and tiny salt, and then I added in the oil just to stir fry it. You don't want to overcook your prawns too. So the moment I did that, I added it, stir fried, and make sure it cooked on both sides, and then I poured into a plate to start the vegetables on its own. So because I don't want the prawn to overcook, I poured it into a pan, and then I started the remaining. Now the oil from the plate I poured back, and then I added in my cabbage because it was the star of the show. At the same time, it holds more water than any other vegetable, and I didn't want it to have a lot of water in it, so I added it first. Remember, your temperature at this point should be high, not extremely high enough for it to burn, but at least not too low for it to start getting soggy. And you have to stir as fast as possible. So at this point I kept stirring. You can see some char on the cabbage. At this point, you don't want that char to be too much, so you have to be careful. You add in your other vegetables. Like I said, it still has to be crunchy, so there's no water in this. It's a fast stir fry. So I kept stirring and making sure they all go hand in hand and they don't overcook. I added in seasoning. I did not add in salt because I already added in salt into the prawn. So you have to make sure they all level up. And then I just kept stirring. At this point, this is where I added the seasoning cube, and it was beautiful. So I just kept stirring and stirring. It was crunchy, it was nice. Remember, when you're cutting your cabbage, you don't want the bitter side, those thick side, to be part of it. I added in the prawn that I stir fried earlier, and this is what it looked like. It was yummy. It was the perfect balance for my jollof rice, and I really enjoyed it. Remember, it's the perfect pair for balancing your rice out, and it was beautiful because it was crunchy throughout.